Hi everyone, this is Steven at The Master Actor. Just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be starting a weekly vlog. So every week, just going to be covering different topics, talking about different things around acting, about the craft, and going into maybe a little bit about myself. This week, I really wanted to talk to you guys about how and why I really created the Master Actor program. I don't know about you guys, but acting can be very, very scary and overwhelming. You know, someone hands you 4, 5, 6 pages, for an audition, or you're going up for a play, which has, you've gotten a play and you have an entire, body of work to memorize and to break down and to really try and get to a point of view on. It's a lot. And I wanted to share a little bit about my origin story, how I started acting, kind of like what led me to really finally throw my hands in the air and go, I really, really, really need to have a process of working, of role preparation and script analysis that's really going to feed me and really going to aid me so I can give the performances that I really want. A little bit of my origin story. I'm originally from New York City, from Queens. I was working at Smith Barney. I was incredibly miserable. Went into my office, took out a telephone book, put it on my desk. For you youngsters, telephone book, the yellow pages were before we had the internet. That was before we had Google. Opened up to the section of acting, and I started to call places. I was a lower middle class kid from Queens. I didn't know any actors. I certainly didn't know any artists. So called up some places, and I ended up studying. I studied for 3 months, and I said, I guess I'm an actor now. I got a headshot. I went out there, and I actually started working. Did a lot of off Broadway in New York. Some incredible pieces. Got an opportunity to do off-Broadway show where I got to star and did that off-Broadway, and we took that on the road. And we landed that in Los Angeles. I flew back to New York when the show finished, packed up my bags and drove out here and moved out here. Had an agent when I came out here, the whole 9 yards. But something I felt intuitively was wrong. I decided to tell my agent, no mas, I'm just going to study. I went to the William Alderson School, which is, he teaches a 2-year Meisner technique, and in its intended program, amazing education. I learned so much, learned how to really exist moment to moment, learned how to really listen, learned how to operate and take all my impulses off the other person, learned how to be specific to a certain extent, through the exercises, the reality of doing. But when I graduated, I still felt there were some pieces missing. And I stumbled upon this book called Acting for the Camera by Tony Barr, and I was flipping through it, and I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, oh my God, I need to study here. There was something about the way he'd written that book that was very specific and very clear. So I studied there for 3 years with Eric Klein, great teacher, amazing program. When I was done there, I went to Dee Wallace to round out my technique, and Dee gave me really learning how to deal with internal blocks, learning how to deal with internal resistance, learning how to deal with yourself, really, in the work. And so I got pieces from each of these places where I studied, and it was great training, but still, I felt like I didn't quite have a grasp and handle on exactly what I was doing, for lack of a better word. When I was handed a script, when I was handed material, I didn't have a full cohesive way, a step-by-step process that I knew exactly what to do. I finally arrived at what I call the 10 fundamental principles of acting. I really sat down and came up with a specific step-by-step way of approaching this so that actors could feel empowered. Actors could go, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly how to set about a process of preparation that absolutely works for me. And I'm really excited. We launched on December 1st. We've been having some great lessons so far. I'm really thrilled and excited, and I feel honored, honestly, to take all the experience and all the struggle that I've had, because I said to one of my close friends who we've done a lot of studying together and worked a lot together, and I said, this would have saved me 10 years of frustration and confusion had somebody had this when we were around. We do 40 lessons per month. It's a really hands-on guided process. We break all these principles down. You work on them in real time on amazing material. This month we're working on Fences by August Wilson, the play, and we're working on Beetlejuice, the screenplay. So every month we work on a play and a screenplay. I extract scenes from there. We break all these characters down. We break all the material down. You get a hands-on, step-by-step guided approach, and finally can be free of the confusion. Finally can be free of the panic. Finally could really, really look in the mirror and go, I know exactly what my craft is and I know exactly how to approach it. If any of this resonates with you and you're interested, please come and join us. We're building a community. We want a community of fellow artists, of fellow actors who can come together, under the banner and spirit of really developing and becoming masters of our craft. So I'll be doing this once a week. You can find it on YouTube and on the Master Actor Facebook page. I'm also going to be starting to get some Instagram content out there as well. You can go to themasteractor.com. It has all that information on there and all the links to all the social media jazz. I hope you guys are well, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you soon.